isn't your first life, Evan. You are an infinite. You've lived and died 1,000 times.
You're talking about reincarnation.
If you can remember who you were, you will understand who you can become.
Добро пожаловать в Paysend. Денежные переводы нового поколения. Paysend позволяет...
All right, last one of the day. Here we have a video of bees working together to open a Fanta bottle. It's gotten millions of views. Play the shortest clip you can possibly play because it's been licensed by Viral Hog, and no, that whole thing is a nightmare.
Oh,
that's my night. That's what I wake up in the middle of the night. Notice from Viral Hog. I wake up in a cold sweat.
Oh, let's just go through this Ford ad first.
The Ford ad is fine. They're not gonna. They don't care. They're like, yeah, cool, free Ford ad. Shout out to Ford. Bigger displays, the new Lightning, 2021 wireless Apple CarPlay. Shout out to Ford, man.
This is the new one, not the Lightning.
No, not the Lightning. It's the new hybrid model. So it's a little bit of both. But yeah, I had Ford trucks over the years. You know this. Anyway, so you have two bees, and people are like, look how smart these bees are. We got to watch this millions of times. And basically what happens is these play a tiny section right here. Will play it. Go crazy. There. Apparently, these two bees work together to unscrew the top of the Fanta bottle.
Get that sweet, sweet nectar.
One of them is moving one direction, on one side of the bottle, like pushing with its head. The thing is already partially off, and the other one is helping on its end to push the same way until the thing comes off. Now, somebody must give them a head start, depending, how this thing couldn't be fully tightened on there. So I'm a bit curious about that. They're filming it. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like somebody's been training these bees over here. These aren't regular bees.
Yeah.
Or did they just film it long enough for the thing to fall off? I don't know if there's any trickery involved. But the fact of the matter is, you can watch the clip and see that something the bees did definitely cleared the lid of the Fanta bottle. You can watch as they work in tandem, and the thing comes loose. So you take it for whatever it is, however you want to perceive it. But maybe bees know something you don't. Maybe bees are coming for your Fanta.
Yeah.
Got a hair in my mouth here, Will.
Oh,
I can't continue.
Otis?
Can't continue like this. I apologize. You have to put edit.
Beard hair?
No, it's more Otis.
Oh, yeah. I get that every day.
But how did it?
I don't even feel it anymore.
But how did it float up and in there?
It does. It somehow just does.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Here's a somewhat quiet one that has potentially significant implications. Google has been working on this operating system, an all-new operating system called Fuchsia, which it was completely off my radar. I think they talked about it like 3 years ago. It was set to debut on the Google Nest Hub, and it just happened. They've been working for a really long time, and it just happened. They debuted it, but really quietly. They didn't talk about it at Google I/O, and the reason it's a big deal is because it may not forever be destined just for these type of products. It could make its way onto a phone. It could become
The singularity.
some Android alternative.
Yeah.
Or replacement. I don't know. And it's really strange how quiet it's been kept. You know, like, I don't know if that means good things for it or bad. Like, do you keep it really quiet because you have super high hopes and you don't want it to be analyzed too extensively in its current state? So you do this kind of soft rollout where you put it on a device that not many people are paying attention to, less critical than something like a phone, so you throw it on the Nest Hub? Maybe. So it is different in some key ways compared to certain other operating systems. I believe, let me just do a quick. Yeah, so Fuchsia is something very rare in the world of tech. It's a built-from-scratch operating system that isn't based on Linux. It uses a microkernel called Zircon that Google developed in-house. Creating an operating system entirely from scratch and bringing it all the way to production sounds like a difficult task, but Google managed to do exactly that over the past 6 years. Fuchsia's primary app development language is Flutter, a cross-platform UI toolkit from Google. Flutter runs on Android, iOS, and the web, so writing Flutter apps today for existing platforms means you're also writing Fuchsia apps for tomorrow. Oh. So, as I said, this is kind of a unique situation in the software world, what they happen to be doing. Obviously, Google, tremendously important and influential software company. The potential here is quite massive, even though we're looking at something that currently only exists in a Nest Hub, and it's like a really rudimentary, stripped-down looking operating system if you were to compare it to something like Android. But what's really important is what's on the back end and the fact that it's not Linux-based at all, which is pretty much what everything else happens to be. It'll be the first test of Fuchsia's future-facing Flutter app support, this particular device. Google can take the existing interface, rip out all the Google Cast guts underneath, and plop the exact same interface code down on top of Fuchsia. Google watchers have long speculated that it was in the plan all along. Rather than having a disruptive OS switch, Google could just get coders to write in Flutter, and then it could seamlessly swap out operating systems. What do you think, Will? Is Flutter and Fuchsia the future?
And Zircon?
Flutter, Fuchsia, future.
Yeah, if they can do it right, you know, and make it accessible to other developers that would want to develop for this, yeah, why not?
It's wild. You get to a point where you become so comfortable with the pre-existing software that is out there. Like, my whole life exists in basically Chrome, Android, iOS, Mac OS, and Windows. Like, that's it. That's all the things. That's it. Everything happens in those places for me.
Yeah.
And then you add another name and you're like, oh wait, could there be something else? Could there be an all new thing, an all new piece of software, platform, etc.?
Yeah, it's backed by Google as well. I mean, it's all about accessibility. I mean, this looks like Android, but I'm sure in the back end there's completely different code. I think it would be accessibility with new developers.
Now, this writer, Ron Amadeo on Ars Technica, mentioned something important. Moving the OS to smartphones and laptops would be tough because